Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. It is March 11th, 2023, and we are ready to do yet another Youth Veterinarian Initiative, YVI podcast, and I am excited to welcome you to this week's session. Today, I'm coming to you as normal from Paris, France. I am Dr. Monique Y. Wells. I am the founder and CEO of the Wells International Foundation, or WIF for short. And WIF brings the YVI podcast to the general public every month. And our purpose in doing so is to introduce Black and Brown youth who are underrepresented in the veterinary community, veterinary profession, to introduce these children, youth, to the field of veterinary medicine and other animal-oriented professions, and also to introduce these youth to people who look like them, who are actively working in these professions. And today I am really excited because we are going to have a young guest, a young woman who is doing something not medically oriented, but something that is definitely supporting the health of dogs and cats, to the podcast. Her name is Ava Dorsey, and I'm going to ask Ava to introduce herself just very briefly, and then we're going to go to our interviewee, or interviewer rather, who I'm also excited to introduce. So Ava, why don't you go ahead right now?
Hi, my name is Ava Dorsey. I'm the owner of Ava's Pet Palace. I make organic dog and cat treats. I started Ava's Pet Palace when I was 8 years old. I'm currently 15, and I started out of my love and passion for animals, just wanting to help them and just do what I could as a young business owner to just spend time with animals and make the world a better place for pets, people, and our planet.
Love it, love it, love it. Okay, and we are going to have a young woman who has been involved with YVI since September 2022 through the YVI Book Club and Merit Badge Program. Her name is Daija Baynes. And Daija, why don't you introduce yourself, tell us where you go to school, etc., and then we'll get going with the interview.
All right. Hi, my name is Daija Baynes. I'm 13 years old. I'm currently attending Holy Family School in the West Arlington area. I became interested in this program to help better myself, learn more, and get more exposure. And I'm really excited to be doing this interview today.
Fantastic. All right, I'm going to let Daija go right ahead with the interview. I just want to say to people who are going to be joining the call, who are on the call now, and I'll say again, when people join the call, that if you have questions, Daija has requested that you hold them to the end. If you want to put them into the chat, that's fine, but we're going to entertain questions at the end of the interview. So go right ahead.
All right, so my first question for you is, what has encouraged you to keep up your business and to keep doing more?
This is a good question. As a business owner, it definitely gets hard to, keep the motivation and just want to, continue working on your business. But it is a lot easier when it is something that you're truly passionate about and want to do. When I started Ava's Pet Palace, it was something that I was truly passionate about doing. As an 8-year-old, I loved spending time with animals, and I kind of just brought that, I connected that with something I could do as a business, which was make, dog treats in the house. And it's really all about finding that passion that you have and sticking with it. If there's no passion behind what you're doing, it is very easy to lose interest in any business or organization that you start. So I would say that that's been my biggest thing. Just keeping that passion, and of course the help from my family. My family, they're my biggest supporters. My mom actually works full time for my business. So yeah.
All right. So I wanted to ask, because when I was looking at your biography, I saw that you just became certified by the USDA.
Yes.
So I was wondering, if you weren't certified before that, how were you still able to sell products that had to be consumed?
You said products that were organic, or sorry, you broke out at the end.
Products that like animals have to eat, like how are you still able to sell them?
So before we were USDA certified, we were in the process of it for a while. Like it took a few months, maybe about a year, to actually get the certification. And before that, we could label our products as organic, but with the USDA certification, it gave us that green, like the little green circle that you often see on different food products, which sticks out to people, like to different retailers. So once we got that certification, it kind of made different retailers more, I guess, interested in the products when they saw that we had the USDA certification stamp. So I would say that's what it really changed. The products were organic before, they still are made of organic ingredients. It was just about like having that like certification that really showed that they're, certified by the state organic.
Okay. So I saw that you were interviewed by Windy City Live, and it
Yes.
said that for the first time, your products were sold in a retail store. So I want to know, what store was that?
So Windy City Live was that was actually the first like TV live interview that I had done, and I was very nervous for that one. But so I believe that was back in either 2017 or 18. I'm not sure. It was one of those 2 years. But the retailer that we were first in was called Bentley's Pet Stuff, and it was 3 of their locations around our area, and we were so excited. Those were the first 3 stores that we would see our treats in, and we were actually in their stores for a few years after that. And yeah, that was definitely a very big milestone to have the treats in on a real shelf. So.
Okay, so before my next question, I actually want to congratulate you on getting awarded in 2021, I believe. So that was like something that really impressed me, because it was like, wow, like she's not even that much older than me, and like she's already doing big things and being like noticed and seen. So I wanted to ask, like, what are industry expos, and like what was it like going to one at such a young age?
Well, first, thank you. I really appreciate that. And the industry expos. So the first one we went to was last year, so 2022 in March. And we're actually about to go to this same one for the second time in a few weeks. It's called Global Pet Expo. And it's a pet industry expo where many retailers, people with products, just like all come together. And I don't really know how to explain it. It really is just a big, like very big, like room. I would say room, but it's way bigger than a room. It's like a warehouse. Like it's a pretty big place, and just so many different pet brands just all coming together, retailers, different stores, and it really was such a good experience. We were able to make so many different connections that we still have to this day, and just attending those events, that one and Super Zoo, which we attended 2020 to August, that's in Vegas. They're both just such amazing events, and it was so cool to finally be able to be at one. And actually, the age limit for Global was, I believe, 16. I was 14 when we went last March, but they had actually ended up changing it to, I believe, 13 for anyone to be able to come in as a vendor, just or walking the floor. And I just thought that was something very cool. Other young entrepreneurs will be able to, experience that as well.
So I have been like kind of interested in starting my own business, actually. So like I've gone through like a couple of ideas and things like that. So I personally wanted to ask you, who is a young entrepreneur, what do you think it takes to be successful?
That's a good question. I to be successful, I would say so. There really isn't like a day where I don't know. There's like always something else that we're working towards. If we hit one milestone, it's the next one that we're working towards. There's always some type of other milestone that we want to hit. But I would say is to continue with so it's going to be a lot of hard work. That's the first thing I'm going to say. It's definitely not an easy journey. A lot of days, may get hard while running a business. I would just say having that passion behind what you're doing is so important. I keep saying that, but it truly is so important. And just loving what you're doing, knowing that there will be bumps in the road because there will be many of them, but you have that passion behind it. It makes it a little easier to kind of push past those bumps and continue working on your business. I would just say it really takes a lot of hard work. I know that is a very common phrase that's heard, but it really is the truth.
Thank you. So I wanted to ask more about your business and like the aspect of your treats and the things that you sell. So like, what was it like coming up with like recipes for the animal treats, and like, do you now still do research and are finding like new and better things to incorporate into those treats to be better for animals?
So when we first started all the treats, so the funniest thing is we actually still have 3 of the treats that we started with. Like we still around the same recipes as the ones we have now. But when we first started, me and my parents, we did the research of, finding what was good for animals, what they could eat, what they would like to eat. And then it was really, after that, it was up to me to come up with the different like recipes. There's actually a few pictures on my Instagram from way back of the first like animal, like it was like a food, I think, that I had tried to make. And after that, it was really a lot of just trials and errors of finding what would work. Our family dog, his name was Rock. He was our first Ava's Pet Palace taste tester. He tried all the treats. He was always in the kitchen waiting for something to fall. But I would say that we have been able to improve the recipes ever since. Ever since like expanding the business since like 2020, like around that time, when things started to kind of pick up a little more. We've been working with a few different people and just been able to make the treats, even better than they already are, working with nutritionists and just people who could really help us, get to the facts of, why certain ingredients are good, the benefits and just overall bettering our treats. So yes, we have been able to work and connect with people who have helped us do that.
Okay, so were there times where like you thought that like your business like wasn't gonna make it through a rough patch, or like you were very discouraged about it?
Yes. So it was like right when I first started. It was probably like within the first few weeks of having my first recipe, and it was when I would we would go to little shows like around our area, just little craft shows, expos. And I would also pass the treats out around my neighborhood. And sometimes people like at the shows, I was 9 when we were going. So I was a 9-year-old there behind the table. So sometimes people wouldn't take me as serious. And as a 9-year-old, that kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. So it did kind of like make me I wouldn't say not want to do it, but it kind of like had me feeling a little bit discouraged being that young and having that like happen. And as far as like passing the treats out around our neighborhood, there were people who would give back really good feedback of the treats, which I would say help to like bring back that like want to make the treat even better, and just
So what is the Pet Sustainability Coalition, and what is it like being a part of it? Like, how does that help you?
sorry, could you repeat that one more time?
Okay, what is the Pet Sustainability Coalition, and what is it like being a part of it, and how does it better you?
So the Pet Sustainability Corps. Wait, I'm sorry. Do I have that right? The Pet Sustainability
Coalition.
correlation. Was that from, sorry, I have there's so many things that I don't even know, like is there like a little more to it? Sorry, I have no, I'm like, maybe there's like a different word I'm used to. I don't know. Maybe there's a different like word there.
I saw when like I was seeing your biography on your website, and it said that like you had joined that
Yeah.
like a few years back. I was
Few
just kind of
years
like
back.
interested.
As far, well, right now, I don't know if I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm there's so many like different organizations or like things throughout the years like that we've done. I'm so sorry. I that name is like completely slipping my mind. Maybe if I see like if I like see the name, read a little bit more about it. I'm sorry, especially if it was a few years ago. I'm gonna look that up. Maybe it's a different name that I'm used to because I'm really good at remembering like all the different like people that we work with because I'm grateful for everyone that we work with. So I'm gonna look that up. Sorry about that.
It's
I'm
fine.
typing it into the chat, Sustainability Coalition. I put too many I's in coalition, but that's what it looks like.
Oops. Um, sorry, hmm.
Hold on. Can you not see it?
Okay, sorry, my screen. Sorry, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay.
I'm going to tell you what it says. I'm on the Pet Sustainability Coalition website right now. And I will just share my screen for a moment so that everybody can see. Share. Does this look familiar to you?
Well, I was at sustainability. What from what the company does look a little familiar. I don't remember exactly working or joining any type of like program or like or being a part of anything like this. So I'm not.
Do you do is your packaging, for example, the packaging that you use for your product, is it
Yes.
sustainable?
So
That's
all of
probably
it
why.
is sustainable. Oh, maybe that's what. Yeah, maybe that's what you're reading. Sorry, that would probably be it. We have sustainable packaging. It's made from recycled ingredients, and it is recyclable. So maybe that is what you're talking about. I'm sorry, that completely like, sorry about that.
Okay, I'm
But
gonna
yes,
stop
that would be
sharing
what it's
now.
from. All our painting packaging is made with like I guess materials that we want to be recycled. Thank you for putting that up on the screen. Thank you.
Don't worry.
So looking at your biographies, I saw that you originally wanted to be a vet, so I wanted to know that if you were still interested in that.
Um, so I would say that was my first like my first business, or like what I wanted to do when I was older. As of right now, it's changed a little bit. I still love animals. I want to have like a future with working with animals, but I'm not sure that being a vet is the right path for me. It's not something that's like totally like off, um, I guess what's the word, off like the border, like, or like off limits. I don't know what the word is, just like something, not anything that I'm like completely sure about yet. It may still happen, but it's as of right now, it's not something that I'm currently interested in. But yeah.
Okay, so since you're not interested in being a vet anymore, I was wondering what would you like to do in life?
I would really love to just continue Ava's Pet Palace, expand Ava's Pet Palace into just different like areas of the pet industry. Right now, we mainly focus on treats, just like expanding into other areas. I want to be so. I also want to like have Ava's Pet Palace be a name brand. So Ava's Pet Palace is like the pet spot to go to, I guess, when you need anything for your pets. This picture that I drew when I was 6, I actually forgot to mention it. I don't know how, but it was kind of like my business plan, and it was 2 years before I had actually started Ava's Pet Palace, and it was just a picture of like a palace of a vet, a animal shelter, like animals running free, like an animal restaurant, basically everything for animals. It's on my Instagram page as well. But that's something that I really would like to have in the future. Maybe not that exactly, but something along the lines of just a place where pet lovers, pet owners can all come together. So that's really what I want to do. I want to have a future with working with animals, people, and just doing what I can to continue to be an inspiration to other people who want to start businesses at any age. Yes, here's the picture.
Can you tell us what it says?
Here, so it's Ava's job plan, and it has animal accessories, animals running free. That just meant like animals like running everywhere. All animals, pet daycare, pet restaurant, and then just at the bottom, everything for animals. This is definitely something that was drawn when I was 6, but we actually still have it like in in paper form, which I think is cool. My mom kept it. But yeah, it's cool to look back on now, like so many years later.
Phenomenal. All right, I just wanted to share that. Okay.
Okay, so hearing that like you're thinking about expanding, I was wondering if you were thinking about or like in the process of making accessories for bigger dogs, because I personally I have a cane corso, which is like it gets to be like a really big dog, and like a lot of your accessories seem to be for like smaller dogs. So I was wondering if you like making things for like bigger dogs who are like more likely to break off of it easily.
Yeah, we definitely do want to like continue to expand in that area, especially for like different sizes of the different products we have. So something that we haven't been working on anything at the moment, but it is something that is like there that we want to start working on, making like harnesses. So right now we only have collars. I know like big dogs sometimes they'll need harnesses, like bigger harnesses. So they won't break. So that is something that we're gonna be looking more into. But yeah.
Okay. So kind of off topic, but like what was it like meeting Val Warner?
It was really cool. The whole experience was so cool. But she was very nice. It was so long ago. It would be cool to see her again. I was talking to my parents a few weeks ago, saying how cool it'd be to have like a or kind of like what would you call it, like an update or something like that, where I can go back on with Val, just like something like that. But yeah, it was really cool to meet her. Super nice. The whole experience was good. Yeah, I would say I don't remember everything like off the top of my mind, but like as far as I remember, it was a good experience. I was definitely very nervous though. I do remember feeling that.
So before you go on, Daija, can you just tell us who Val Warner is?
Val Warner is a host for Windy City Live. She's been on there for like forever, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, she usually does like she covers topics going around the city. Sometimes she covers like gossip and things like that. She's like been one of like their more permanent hosts over the years compared to like some people who might come and go.
And so what city is she in? Because we have people on who are not from where you are.
Oh, Chicago.
Okay, great.
All right. So I think that kind of like wraps up most of my questions. So if anybody else has any questions, you could put it in the chat or maybe come off mute.
Does anybody have any questions? You can raise your hand and I can Cheryl, yes.
Hi, good morning, Daija. Daija
Good
is a
morning.
top student at our school, Holy Family. So excited to see you. And good morning, Ava. So excited to hear from you. Ava, I wonder if your parents might allow you to miss a half day of school. I do a program at my school called Lunch with the Locals. I've never invited a young person. It's sort of like a career day, but you are the only
Oh.
guest featured, and you sit with a group of students and have lunch with them and answer all their questions about your career. Because you do have a career, you're a businesswoman, you're an entrepreneur. So I wondered if that would be something you would ask your parents if they might allow you to do. I'd love to have you in the month of April visit with some students and just talk with them about how you got your business started, why, what was your motivation, inspiration, and your future plans. Would you be willing
Yeah,
to
of
talk to your
course.
parents about that? Wonderful, wonderful.
Yes.
And Deja has
I
attended our lunch with the local session, so she knows it's a fun time indeed.
Yeah. It sounds really cool. I will definitely bring that up to my parents. I've done like not exactly like anything like that in the past, like in person, but a few of them during like the COVID times, over Zoom, talking to classrooms. So that is something I'd be interested in. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, we'll get your contact information from Dr. Wells and make sure we connect with you. Thank you.
Okay. Sounds
And
good.
keep going. I was eyeballing your treats on that they sell at Target. And now that I
Yes.
have a face with the product, I'm definitely going to order for my grand puppy.
Thank you. Thank you. I
He's a
appreciate the
He's
support.
a beautiful Cavapoo, and he
Oh,
loves
cute.
treats.
Does anybody else have any questions? You can type them into the chat or you can raise your hand and come off mute. If you don't have any questions, I have a couple. All right, while you're thinking about it. Ava, I wanted to bring up the fact that you are part of an organization called the Startup Squad, which is for girls in it. And actually the title of this podcast episode, which I think I neglected to mention at the beginning, is Girls Mean Business, Ava's
Yes.
Pet Palette. And Girls Mean Business is like the slogan for the Startup Squad, which is an organization that supports girls who want to start businesses. So can you talk to us about how you got involved with the Startup Squad.
So the startup squad, it was a few years back, correct? Or right? It's been a few years now.
Mhm.
But so the startup squad, we actually I believe that I met you for the first time during the live when I made the treats on live. Is that the
Yes.
first time?
Yes.
It is, okay. And it's been such a cool experience working with the startup squad. Especially the little the book that they did. That was super cool to see. I love everything that you guys do, that they do. I think that it's such a cool like organization, focusing on helping young entrepreneurs who want to start businesses and organizations. And it's been so cool going through your guys' page and just seeing all the young entrepreneurs who want to have a business and have businesses. I think that's so amazing that you guys are doing what you can to, help them and support them.
It is definitely our pleasure to help them and support them. And Daija, since you
Yes.
have revealed on this call that you want to start a business, you need to check out the Startup Squad.
Mhm.
It's a fantastic organization. And my organization, the Wells International Foundation, has collaborated with them on a few things over the years. And I just think you'll just be amazed. Type in Startup Squad in Google and just start looking, and your mouth will drop open. You'll see all of these young women and girls doing all kinds of fantastic things.
Yeah.
Okay. And Ava, you said that right now you're not interested in, or you're no longer interested really in becoming a veterinarian. But I would just like for you to talk about when you first thought that you might want to be a veterinarian and how you have moved away from it. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, everybody should do what life is bringing forth to them. And, as you said so eloquently, what you're passionate about. But you started out earlier wanting to become a veterinarian, and through your business, you're moving away from that. So can you talk a little bit about that?
So I think it was really just as I got older. When I was very young, like probably like when I was like 4, my mom would tell me that, or my mom tells me that I would say that I wanted to be a vet and everything. And I think that it was just as I got older, I started just, I guess, looking at the different, like looking at the other, like, I guess, career paths, especially after starting Ava's Pet Palace and continuing that. It didn't make me, that still didn't make me want to not be a vet. It's not that I don't want to be a vet. It's just that I want to do something with animals, and I'm not sure that that's the right path for me. I love animals, and I don't think I could, like, the real reason is I don't think I could actually handle seeing them hurt. Like, that's a very big, like, thing for me. I'm also not good with, like, any type of, like, what's the word? Like, I guess, like, what's the word? Like, I don't know how to say, like, any type of like surgery or anything like that, like blood, just none of that for me. And I started realizing that as I got older. And yeah, I would say it's been those few things. It's not something that's completely off the table yet, but so right now, it's not my first choice career path anymore.
Okay. And that's fair enough. And it's good to be self-aware and just, go with that flow, because you're not forced to do anything. And it is good to explore everything, all options. This is the time to do that. And if you come back to that, then great. And if you don't, you've given it its due. So that's wonderful. But I do encourage you to continue to do well in school. You can talk about what you like in school, because in order to get into vet school, even if you don't, well, we'll say, even once you go to college, you don't have to necessarily major in a science, but you do have to do well in sciences And so what are your favorite subjects?
My favorite subjects in school are, I would say, I like so I kind of like chemistry. I would say chemistry and I would say English.
Okay, all right. Well, you know, cooking is chemistry, 100%.
Yeah.
It is, it is. And people don't think about that. If you like to cook, you're a chemist.
I'm sorry, what was that? Sorry.
Okay, I said if you like to cook, you are a chemist,
Mhm.
whether you think about it that way or not. Okay, so hopefully
Yeah.
that will open up some people's eyes about chemistry. All right, so those are my questions. Does anybody else have any questions? Deja, what are your favorite subjects in school?
Math and science.
Math. Wow. Wow. What level of math are you at now?
I'm doing algebra 1.
That's magnificent. That is magnificent. All right. Cheryl, do you have any other questions? No. Danielle Corbin, can you come off mute?
Yes, ma'am. How are you today? Hello, everyone.
Doing very well. Danielle is at South Bronx Early College Academy. And Danielle, and she's a teacher. She's a 6th grade science teacher at South Bronx Early College Academy. Do you have any questions for Ava, Danielle?
Actually, no, I am just in awe of the interview. Deja, I am so proud of you, okay?
Thank you.
You warmed my heart today, okay? If I could reach out and hug you, I would. I am so impressed by these 2 young ladies. They are going to take over the world. I want you guys to both continue doing everything that you're doing. Don't let anything get in the way. No questions.
Okay, great. Okay. Well, I'm not going to belabor the point. If we don't have any more questions, we can sign off now. Just want to give everyone one last chance to ask the question. I am going to ask everybody to come off mute and just say who you are and where you're calling from. But before we do that, does anybody have any questions for Ava or for Deja, actually?
And I do have one question for Ava and for Deja. And I apologize if this question was asked. I did come on a little late. Deja, I know you're an 8th grader. And so that means you're what, 14 now? Maybe 13? About to be
13. I
14?
turn 14 next month.
Okay, well, happy early birthday. And Ava, may I ask what grade and age you're in?
I'm a sophomore in high school and I am 15.
Okay, so 10 years from now, you'll be 25, 24, collectively. And I'm wondering, where do you see yourself 10 years from now? What do you see yourself doing? What exciting accomplishments will you call yours in 10 years from now?
Deja, do you want to go first or
I can go first. I kind of like see myself either going to Howard because like I'm really interested in going to HBCU. But you know, if I get into an Ivy, then I'm probably gonna like see myself maybe going to Harvard someday. So I'm kind of like all over the place about like what I like. So I don't really know what I would like major in, but like I'm just hoping that like I'm really thriving, that I like might still be doing cheerleading or basketball, and just getting out there, like making connections, getting the exposure to go further in life, just really just having fun, just living.
Yeah, I really agree with everything that Deja just said, especially the part about Howard and wanting to go to an HBCU. And as far as business, I don't even know. I feel like there's so many things that I want to, or that I want to accomplish by the time that I'm 25. But I'm just gonna say that I don't really know where I see myself in 10 years. It really is just where life takes me. Yeah, that's really it for me. I don't know. It's about like they just said, having those new connections, having fun, and just
All right,
Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies.
fabulous. All right, so we're gonna do a little turn around the screen here. Darrell introduced himself at the beginning of the call, and he is from Marion P. Thomas in Newark, New Jersey. Can we have Camilla or Camilla, I don't know how to pronounce your name, come off mute quickly?
Good morning. First, Dr. Wells, I appreciate you saying my name correctly. It is Kamala, like our vice president. That's a first.
Okay.
Well, my name is Kamala Connor. I'm the Dean of Students at Holy Family. I'm here to support Daija as she interviews Miss Ava. Miss Ava, it's very nice to meet you. Did a little
You too.
reading because I am a teacher by trade, so I had to do a little homework on background. I do have a couple questions, and Ava, you may not be able to answer this. I guess my question is for the parents, because students oftentimes have visions like this where they want to do things, and parents just don't know where to begin in terms of resources. So Ava, I'm not asking you to answer this question. I'm not sure if your parents are on this call, but my question is, how did we get started with this? What was the first action plan? Did you guys, because obviously a 6-year-old can't go to the bank and ask for a business loan. So how did this start? Where did we get donors? Did we go to churches? How did we go about getting the resources needed to start this? And if you can't answer that, that's totally fine. That's totally fine.
That is a very good question. It definitely is one for my parents. But I would say that, my parents have done a lot to help me these past few years, and they still continue to. So I'm not sure where to start with that one. I would say
that is where we would like you and your parents to come to our school, in terms of, letting the parents know, hey, the dream is not dead just because you are unsure of how to get the resources, but more so, especially in the communities like the one that we service, where we understand that there are resources out here. We just have to figure out how to get them. So don't worry about answering the question, Ava, but just know that when you come, bring your parents, because I'm sure some adults as well as students will have those questions. And keep up the good work. What high school do you attend?
I'm at Downers Grove North.
Excellent. Well, good luck to you on your academic journey. I heard you say something about HBCU. You're on the right track. So, so good luck to you on your journey.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. We're going to go to Christy. Christy, can you come off mute and say where you're calling from?
I'm calling from Marion P. Thomas STEAM Academy, Newark, Irvington, New Jersey.
Thank you. Okay, Isabel.
I'm calling from Marion P. Thomas in Newark, New Jersey.
All right. Toyibot.
I'm calling from Marion P. Thomas Charter School and from Newark, New Jersey.
Perfect. And Nantanen. Can you come off mute? Hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. Nantanen. Okay, perhaps stepped away. Okay. Can you tell us where you're calling from?
MP Marion Thomas STEAM.
Okay, Marion P. Thomas STEAM Academy. Okay, great. So we got Newark on the call, and so that's wonderful. And we have Danielle representing the Bronx. And unfortunately, we don't have anybody from HWAL in Houston on this call today, but that's all right because they'll get to watch this interview, which is absolutely fabulous. It's better than I could have ever expected. I thank both of you young ladies for your time on this Saturday morning. Your time, it is late afternoon for me in Paris. And I will just say one more last call for any questions before we sign off. Anyone? Okay. All right, Daija, do you have any last comments?
No, just wanted to say thank you for the opportunity, and it was really nice meeting you, Ava.
It was really nice to meet you too.
I hope that you two young ladies will actually physically meet and very soon. And I want to hear all about it when it happens. Okay. All right. So we're going to wrap up this session. This is episode 34 of the YVI podcast, Girls Mean Business, Ava's Pet Palace. And I'm sending you off into your Saturday. Have a wonderful day. As soon as this recording is rendered, I will upload it to YouTube and I will send out an announcement so that everyone can watch again. Thank you so much. Signing off now. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.